Jennifer Lawrence told Kim Kardashian her own makeup brush looked like a sex toy right to her face. And what she said on a lie detector test with Robert Pattinson left him completely rattled. That's why Jennifer Lawrence is the most unfiltered celebrity in Hollywood. Like when she casually admitted to a red carpet reporter that she wet the bed at 13. Or not pee my pants, but I peed when I was sleeping. I wet the bed, and I just thought that was like, who wets the bed when they're 13? And so I couldn't wait to get to school to tell everybody. Yeah, that actually aired, and that wasn't even the weirdest answer she gave that press tour. A fan submitted a question about clingy parents calling every day. Jen's advice was this: easy. Have your roommate tell them that you died. Deadpan. Zero hesitation. Into a real microphone in front of a real reporter who didn't even blink, because at this point everyone knows Jennifer Lawrence is just built different. In June of 2023, she signed up to eat 10 hot wings for a popular YouTube interview show. About 6 wings in, she was visibly sobbing. Tears, snot, the works. And right as her brain was shutting down from the capsaicin, the host asked her to explain the genius of Will Ferrell's Elf. She tried. What's so great about Elf is that when you're making a movie, you really don't know how it's gonna turn out, and doing all of that and like committing like Santa, like that is just really admirable. Then the spice hit her soul and she just started looking around the room going, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" To nobody. That episode has almost 20 million views. She later admitted she threw up after the interview. Violently. Her words, not mine. In 2013, minutes after she won Best Actress at the Oscars, she was doing a live morning show interview and Jack Nicholson snuck up behind her. She has a freshly won Academy Award in her hand. She is 22 years old. And look what happens. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. She forgot she was on television. She forgot she just won. She covered her face with her hands and descended into a full-body fangirl meltdown. Nicholson looked her dead in the eye and said, "I'll be waiting." And that's the day America decided Jennifer Lawrence was one of us. But that wasn't her only fumble. A couple years later at a big industry party, she decided to walk up to Harrison Ford and J.J. Abrams at their table. She had an Oscar. She was Katniss. She figured, yeah, these guys know who I am. I was like, yeah, this is fine. We're all coworkers. Like, I can just go. So I was like, be right back, guys. I'm gonna go say hi to the Star Wars dudes. And I approached their table and the whole table was just like, and so I realized while I was dancing, I was like, they have no idea who I am. And so I just turned around and walked back dying. And the real gut punch? Right after she slunk away in shame, Jack Whitehall walked up to the exact same table and Harrison Ford stood up, arms wide, to greet him. Brutal. And she's fully aware of how little some people care about her career. In fact, she once went undercover on Hollywood Boulevard with $5 bills asking strangers to name 5 Jennifer Lawrence movies. Most of them couldn't. One woman told her, to her face, not knowing who she was talking to, that Jennifer Aniston is way better. Jennifer Aniston is way better than Jennifer Lawrence. Do you agree? Yeah, much better. I love her. Prettier? Funnier? Yes. And instead of defending herself, Jen just piled on. The star of Friends is really much better as an actress, more beautiful, funnier, and starred in better movies. Only Jennifer Lawrence would pay money to get roasted by a random tourist on a sidewalk. But what really made Jennifer Lawrence famous isn't embarrassing herself. It's her ability to dismantle other celebrities. November 2017, she guest hosted a late-night show and Kim Kardashian walked on set to promote a new contour brush from her beauty line. And Jen had some notes. This is one of her products, which I think I have. Oh, never mind. No, I don't have that. I was posting it on social media and I was like, oh, this looks like a... She called it on national television. And Kim, media-trained billion-dollar brand Kim, just folded. She said verbatim, "It's not what you think it is. All my things are flesh color." Jen fired right back. Well, it's not the flesh color that made me think it was a dildo. Kim finally gave up and said, "When I posted it on social media, I was like, oh, this looks like a dildo." That is the level of honesty Jennifer Lawrence pulls out of people, and she's only gotten better at it. In late 2025, while promoting Die My Love with Robert Pattinson, the two sat down for a lie detector test. Pattinson looked like he would rather be anywhere else on Earth, and Jen went straight for the jugular. You talked about your love of reality television. Do you still keep up with the Kardashians? The Hunger Games is cooler than Twilight. No. Truthful. She spent the entire interview forcing a polygraph machine to officially declare her franchise cooler than his. Then when it was her turn in the chair, the operator asked her if she stood by a past quote about farts being funny. That's of course accurate, farts are very funny. And when they asked if she had passed gas during the interview, she looked them dead in the eye and said no. The machine said she was telling the truth. Incredible range. This time, Jennifer was the one who broke the host. On a late-night show around 2015, she casually revealed to Seth Meyers, on his own show, to his face, on live television, that she used to have a massive crush on him. "I had a really big crush on you." "Really?" "Okay, yes. And so I had this whole plan, like all week I was like, he's gonna ask me out, he's totally gonna ask me out. No. And then like later in the week I was like, I'm gonna ask him out." She had the whole thing mapped out. She was going to hand him her number during a costume fitting. Thank God for that wardrobe lady, because she had to pull Jen aside and go, "Honey, he's engaged." Jen's response? "Cool, good talk." Seth did not know where to put his face. And there's a lot more chaos coming, like the time she got in a drunken wrestling match with Adele at a gay bar in New York, the time she accidentally kicked Robert De Niro out of her own wedding, and the time her mother literally stole her Oscar ballot. We'll get to all that, but first, we've got to talk about her co-stars. Because poor Liam Hemsworth and Josh Hutcherson spent 4 Hunger Games movies kissing Jennifer Lawrence, and she weaponized every single one of those scenes. Most actresses brush their teeth, pop a mint, maybe do the nice thing for their scene partner. Not Jen. She would eat tuna sandwiches on purpose. Garlic. Onions. She openly admitted to the press she would load up on the worst smelling food she could find right before a kiss scene just to punish her co-stars. And those were her best friends. Her co-star curse kept going. December 2021, while promoting Don't Look Up, she told Vanity Fair that filming with Jonah Hill nearly broke her. "It was really hard filming with Jonah and just not ruining take after take laughing. We one time dedicated an entire day to him just improving insults at me. An entire day. A full 8-hour shoot day on a $100 million Netflix production where Jonah Hill was paid to verbally destroy her while she tried not to laugh." That scene in the movie where Hill tells her to sit tight and assess? Not in the script. Pure improv. And it made the final cut because she couldn't get through a clean take. But her worst on-set moment was Red Sparrow, around 2018. When I did Red Sparrow, I took an Adderall instead of a sleeping pill, and then I didn't sleep all night. I was taking hot showers in a panic. She mixed up her prescription bottles, took the uppers instead of the downers, then spent the entire night pacing her trailer taking emergency hot showers before a 12-hour shoot day. Bro. Speaking of co-stars, let's talk about Bradley Cooper. They did 4 movies together. 4. And the tabloids constantly tried to push a romance angle, so Jen decided to nuke the rumors the only way she knew how. On a UK talk show in 2013, Cooper revealed what she told him after one of their big kiss scenes in Silver Linings Playbook. After the second take, she said, "You're a wet kisser. You don't want to hear that. It was not a compliment." Jen later confirmed to the press, and I quote, "We bicker all the time and we don't have sex." Mystery solved. But the gold standard of her co-star dynamics is with Emma Stone. These two are best friends. They're the same age, the same generation, and they've competed for half the same roles for over a decade. Jen calls her Emily, her legal first name, because of course she does. When Jen interviewed Emma for Elle magazine in August 2018, she opened with, quote, "You're so pretty. How did you get like that?" Then she dropped this bomb on her best friend. "Emily, you've been nominated for 2 Academy Awards." And she goes, "Jen, I won." And I was like, "You did?" Jennifer Lawrence, who has her own Oscar, forgot that her best friend won an Oscar. Emma had to remind her. She later noted for the record that Jen was actually one of the first people to congratulate her on the win. She had just, blocked it out. And her friendships with famous people only get weirder. In March 2019, Jen decided her friend Adele needed to get out of the house. Adele is one of the most private, guarded people on earth. So Jennifer Lawrence dragged her to a drag show at a historic gay bar in Manhattan. Adele was nervous. She texted Jen to ask, "Are there people there?" Jen's response was a classic, "Yes, there's people everywhere." They got to the bar, Adele grabbed the microphone and introduced herself to the screaming crowd as, quote, "a stay-at-home mom." And as the drinks kept coming, the two of them ended up on the floor, wrestling, actual physical wrestling. between a 15-time Grammy winner and an Oscar winner, on the sticky floor of a West Village dive bar. Somebody filmed it. Of course somebody filmed it. And the stories don't stop at her single life. At her own wedding rehearsal dinner in 2019, she looked across the room and saw Robert De Niro standing by himself, not talking to anybody. And instead of introducing him to people, she walked over and kicked him out of her own wedding. I looked over and I saw him. He didn't know anyone. He's a man of a certain age. You kind of want to use your time wisely. She told Robert De Niro to go home from her wedding, and he just went. Girl, my car is gassed up and ready to go. Packed up and left. The godfather of American cinema. Dismissed from a wedding by a bride who felt bad he looked bored. And being a menace runs in her family. Around 2014, Jen told Ellen this absolutely unhinged story about her mom. I get a call from my mother while I was in England and she goes, "I did something hilarious." And I was like, "What?" She was like, "I voted." And I was like, "You voted for what?" She was like, "The Oscars." I was like, "You voted for the Oscars? What do you mean?" She was like, "The ballot came here and I voted." Jennifer Lawrence's mother intercepted her daughter's Academy Award ballot, filled it out herself, and mailed it in. Those were real votes, counted. A Kentucky mom picking her own best picture. Fortunately, she did it wrong and mailed it back to herself, so Jen got to do it again. But still, imagine your mom almost swinging Oscar night because the ballot landed at her house. And look, we can't talk about Jennifer Lawrence without talking about her mouth. The woman cannot stop swearing and she's proud of it. So in July 2015, a late-night host set up a swear jar and told her he'd donate $100 for every swear word she could say in 30 seconds. Alright, mother, balls, nipple, waffle, steak, burger, oh my god. She ran out of swears at 20 seconds. She started saying waffle and burger just to keep her streak going. That is a woman who came prepared and still fumbled. But there's no Jennifer Lawrence highlight reel without her most iconic moment of all time. February 24th, 2013. Her name gets called for Best Actress. She stands up. She walks toward the stage. She trips on her own gown. She falls face first into the stairs. Hugh Jackman runs over to help her up. She recovers, walks up, gives her speech, drops this line about Meryl Streep that the entire internet misinterpreted. "What does it say? I beat Meryl!" Lindsay Lohan went after her on Twitter. Everyone assumed she was bragging. She had to go on another late-night show weeks later just to explain it was a quote from the First Wives Club. And then moments later, in the official Oscars press room, brand new statue in her hand, photographers screaming at her, "Jen did this." What was going through your mind when you fall down? A bad word that I can't say that starts with F. She flipped the middle finger, directly at the press pool, at the Oscars, holding the trophy, a newly crowned Best Actress. That never happens. And a year later, at the 2014 Oscars, she tripped again, this time over a traffic cone on the red carpet, and was then filmed wandering the Dolby Theater yelling, "Where's the pizza?" 2 falls in 2 years. And at Cannes 2023, she showed up in a Dior gown and wore rubber flip-flops underneath, which the whole internet caught when she lifted the hem. Her reason? Her assigned heels were a size too big and she didn't want to fall. Again. And she's fully self-aware about it. Around 2024, a red carpet reporter asked her if she makes TikToks. You could literally see her soul leaving her body. "No, I don't make TikToks." "Why not?" "Oh my god, can you imagine?" "Oh my god, what is—" "No, okay, no, people would watch. I know it looks like you're looking. It looks like we're looking in the mirror. Oh god, when did I get so ugly? My beautiful face." Then she pulled her signature mousy face, this cross-eyed, double-chinned grimace she's been doing for years, and declared she was going to finish the rest of the interview like that. The reporter just had to keep going. Pure performance art. And honestly, the people around her get it. Emma Stone once said about Jen, "She has been beating me for decades and it's an honor." Bradley Cooper, after everything, said, "You always want to work with people that are better than you." And Adele, the most guarded artist on the planet, considers Jen one of her closest friends. Because Jen is the one person who will drag her out of her house and into a wrestling match at a dive bar. That's the thing about Jennifer Lawrence. She isn't trying to be relatable. She isn't playing a character when the camera's rolling. She's just a Kentucky girl with an Oscar, a swear jar, and zero survival instinct in front of a microphone. And honestly, Hollywood's better for it.